So anti-natalism makes more sense in present time because there are many homeless children, and birthing your own child means that homeless child won't be able to get a home. Fostering and adopting a child is moral and should be encouraged, and birthing a child is actively choosing not to adopt.
No, that's not true.
What T is saying here is adoption is the moral way, while many kids are orphans or on the street. Even if a couple reproduces once, that's still a child left out there.
I can adopt and have a child, and there's no evidence that ceasing to have kids increases the number of kids that are being fostered or adopted.
Who is ceasing to have kids, Matt? Fuck, even young people with a low income working at a fucking fast food shithole have kids. While many have this bullshit reasoning, as mentioned later on in this video, of maintaining their genes. Most couples have kids because they want one, which is also bullshit because the baby is another life, and that life is not about anybody else.
Adopted. The problem with the adoption stuff right now is that everybody wants babies. You can't keep enough babies. I mean, people in well-to-do areas are going all over the world to get babies from wherever they can, and people don't tend to want older kids, and you don't solve that by having people not have kids.
What's your point? T's position is that reproducing is immoral, and you're going on about ceasing to have kids, and now couples not wanting older kids. How does that reality refute T's position?
But I could do both.
It should be encouraged to
I'm encouraging
babies and older children.
I agree.
But
I have no problem. I have no problem, T. I have no problem. The fact that you can encourage people to have kids doesn't mean that you're discouraging them. Or the fact that you encourage people to adopt and foster kids doesn't mean that that equates to discouraging them to have kids of their own.
Why are you arguing with T then? What are you even talking about here?
I mean, technically you could have kids also, but if you wanted to have 2 kids, why not just adopt 2 kids? Those are 2 kids that are going to have a home instead of just adopting 1 kid.
Okay.
People don't want to.
Some people don't want to, but some people might want to pass on their genes. But you're suggesting that it's immoral for anybody to have kids, and I want to know what makes it immoral.
Those people are immoral then because they aren't adopting.
It's immoral when there's still young children and teenagers that need homes, and you actively choose to have your own child
I don't want a
bring life
teenager
into the world. And
No. How is it immoral for me to bring a child into the world if I don't want to just go adopt a teenager?
What the fuck?
because that teenager currently needs help, and instead you choose to create another life that's going to need help also.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, I'm not going to adopt that teenager no matter what. If you tell me it's immoral for me to bring a child because I could adopt a teenager, I will just say, what if I'm not going to adopt a teenager, whether I have a child or not?
What does that mean, Matt? If you aren't going to adopt any kid, if you intend to have one, you're fucking immoral and a stupid ass.
You're making a necessary connection between two propositions when they are not necessarily tied together. It is possible for me to both have a child and adopt a teenager. It is possible for me to only want to have one of my own children. And
if you reproduce, that's one child that isn't getting adopted. Get it now, Matt?
In which case I will never adopt anybody else's kid, and telling me I'm immoral for having kids will not make me any more likely to adopt a child. And
what the fuck are you on about, Matt? I think this would be a good time for T to give you a taste of your own fucking medicine and hang up.
Now what you're doing is you're saying I'm immoral to not adopt a teenager, right?
Yes.
How many teenagers have you adopted? And how many should
0?
I adopt? How many should I adopt before I'm no longer immoral?
You can adopt as many as you want.
No, I'm
Instead of
asking
having
you,
your own
how
kids.
many do
What
I
I'm saying
need
is if you have-
under your Model T? How many do I need to adopt before I am no longer immoral?
This isn't about how many are adopted, it's about avoiding reproducing. Why can't you understand that, Matt?
How many kids do you want?
I don't want any.
While I don't understand why T asked that, Matt arrogantly thinks he nailed T here. I also point out that Matt became defensive as he turned this around on T by asking how many she has adopted.
Then don't
And
adopt
why?
any kids.
Why?
I'm saying that people that want to have kids.
You are the one. No, T. You just claimed that I'm immoral for not adopting teenagers.
If you want to have kids, you should adopt.
Okay.
That's my point.
What if I want? What if I only want to have babies?
Well, babies grow up.
Your own babies.
You got to have the
Yeah,
kids.
but I want to have. But no. You claimed it was immoral not to adopt teenagers, and now you're saying it's immoral not to adopt teenagers if you want kids.
No. T said reproducing instead of adopting is immoral. Another straw man. You're the one who mentioned older kids, Matt.
Well, I reject both of your bald-ass assertions and ask you to defend your notion that it is immoral not to adopt a child that you don't want.
You should, if you want to have, well, my point is, if you want to, you should adopt. If you don't want to have kids, do not adopt.
Okay, I'm not interested in your opinion. I'm interested in you defending why you think it's immoral.
T explained to you twice what her position is.
Immoral because there are children that need homes now. And
I have
then
a
you
question on
choose
that.
not to give, when you have.
I'm very busy lately, so I'll go over this video once more. I've already watched it all the way through, but I can't remember all of it. Well, I can't remember any of it, but I'll upload another video if there's anything worth saying.